Welcome, everyone, to a Friday's Inspiration. Here we are talking about today something very exciting, very special about the higher intelligence in crystal skulls. So I'm broadcasting today from Petaluma, California. And this past weekend had a very powerful experience integrating with my mentor, Masajati. He had a crystal skull event in Sedona, Arizona that I went to attend and was very much activated and excited about what happened there. So, some things happened that I wasn't expecting, wasn't planning, wasn't preparing for. Um, and so, we just keep stepping into our greatest gifts that we have and seeing how spirit wants to keep showing up through us. So I don't have any notes today, but I do have something very specific to talk about. And then we're going to do a meta clearing. And so we'll be seeing what wants to come through. So, hello, New York and London. Great to have all of you here. And Nicaragua. Bueno, that's my roots. My grandmother was from Nicaragua. Awesome. And And so here we have someone who is on the live event online. So it was also online. We have Danya from France. So welcome. We have an international audience, which I love. And is this okay? And Mina. Okay, so well, great to have all of you here with this exciting subject that we're going to be talking about. So the crystal skulls, this is definitely a higher intelligence that has come from the aliens. We'll call it that, alien intelligence, from off of this planet. So not from this planet. And the crystal skull that I connected with over this weekend is said to be over 200,000 years old. Like that is just mind blowing as it is, just that much. And then there was another skull there that was said to be 8,000 years old. So very old, ancient technologies. And the one thing that I thought was interesting, because I am under this was under this impression that alien intelligence is far more smarter than humans, and but the way that my mentor explained to me what's happening right now is that aliens they no longer have the density of the human body, but they do what humans are currently in the process of doing is figuring out how to have this density in our bodies while at the same time accessing this higher intelligence. So that's the trick now, not that it's a trick, but the challenge for humans. And you can see how this is happening with how it's sort of not happening with a lot of humans, that they are tend to leave their bodies when things get challenging, when there's too much fear or anger in the body. They tend to leave the body because it's not comfortable in here. So this is the new challenge: is how do we stay fully in our bodies, anchored deeply into our mother earth, so that we can receive and have access to all the information that's coming into our bodies. And our bodies are like this massive antenna that's sending and receiving frequencies 24/7. So, in order for us to fully receive all of the information that's coming in, we have to be in our bodies 100%, fully occupying our bodies. And I was surprised a few weeks ago when I did one of the Friday Inspiration to discover that about 50% of even advanced healers are not fully in their bodies and grounded. So a lot of you have gotten into this idea of meditating and leaving your body. So that's kind of like old school. That doesn't work. It may feel good because you're kind of letting go and disconnecting from all the uncomfortableness in our bodies, but it's not how the more advanced, elevated, evolved humans are operating now. So we want to be fully in our bodies, accessing this higher intelligence that's coming through. And so, thank you, Roma, for the reminder to share this. If you love what you have been experiencing here, with these meta clearings and the information that I deliver that comes through me, please share this with your friends and family. Be sure to like and subscribe and click those bell notifications so that you get notified when we're on live. We're here every Friday at 11:11 and on Tuesdays, a different time. That's why the bell notifications are helpful. And Tuesdays is where we answer specific to you questions. We answer your questions on that day, giving a brief energy clearing. So, back to this intelligence of crystal skulls. So, if you think about the quartz crystal, I have this fly that's very annoying. um, we have this uh, quartz crystal that's used in computers now. And this quartz crystal is very, very small. In fact, I looked it up before we came on. The size of the quartz crystal that's used in computers, that's the heart of the computer that drives the computer, is 1/20th by 1/5 of an inch. Tiny, tiny little chip. So if you can imagine these crystal skulls, the one that over the weekend was actually quite large, almost the size of a human, or maybe it is the size of a human head. Uh, and so the frequency, if you can imagine the frequencies that get emitted and transmuted through that, is very, very powerful. And so when you think of these ancient technologies, alien, 200,000 years old, these are the advanced technologies that are coming through these crystal skulls. And so, one of the things that happened during, well, let me just back up a little bit. So, before I went to, I almost said the Amazon, before it was kind of like one of those kind of experiences. Before I went to this crystal skull event, there had been revealed to me about the energies in our heart. And I have my ancient ancestry is 95% alien. So I have a lot of alien DNA. And so I was asking my guides how much of this alien DNA am I accessing? And it said only 15%. So I began to ask, well, where is the rest of this information, knowledge? How do I access it? Where is it? It said it's in the heart. And so then it told me that there are rooms in the heart, and I'm only accessing 5 rooms. So I said, well, how many rooms are there? They said there's an infinite number of rooms. However, right now you're accessing, or you have access to, about 60, but I'm only accessing 5 of those 60 rooms. And then it told me that these rooms are connected to the creative rings above our head. So currently we have access to 60 rings above our heads. Now, some of you are not accessing that many. Most of the people on the planet are only accessing about 3 of those rings. So this is where we create um, our dreams, our goals, our desires, our intentions are all held in these rings. And so now these guides are telling me that these rings are connected to the rooms in our heart. So when I went to Sedona, I went to this event knowing I was only accessing 5 of these rooms and suspected that this event was going to help me access more. So, the very first day, I was second in line, standing next to the skull, and we were putting our hands just next to, not even touching, next to the skull, and just bringing in those frequencies. And I asked, before it was my turn, my guides, how many rooms am I accessing? And they said 10. So by just standing next to this woman who was connected with the skull, I accessed 5 more rooms. So now I had 10 rooms. So then it was my turn to put my hands around the skull, and I did, and he had me, feeling the energy as we're bringing it in, and, like, I couldn't even it was so intense that I couldn't even bring my hands all the way, so he took my hands and he put them right next to the skull, and it's like, wow, big, huge wave of energy. And, so then when I was done with my turn, I decided to check, well, how many rooms have I accessed now? And they told me 60. So I was gonna spend the weekend integrating what that even meant. Like, what does it mean to access 60 rooms in my heart? And there was one point where Moss was doing a meditation where something kind of cracked open in my heart and I began to cry. And so it all of this kind of reminded me of when I was in the Amazon and also working with toad medicine. And when those medicines open your heart and you just start crying, and it's not like sadness tears, it's more like this joy of, I don't know if you've ever been so happy that you just cry. It's like the love energy just feels so amazing, so good that the tears just start flowing. And so that's what this was like. On the last day of this event, people were having private sessions with the skull. And so I was the last person of the day, of the whole event, to have a private session with the skull, connecting with this frequency. Before I sat down, I asked, how many past lives have I had with this skull? It told me 5. So I sat down knowing that I've done this before. And as soon as I sat down, I got emotional. This tears just started flowing as I started to reconnect, remember, not like in memories, but remembering the connection that I had with this skull. And the tears just kept flowing and flowing. And then I remember saying yes a lot and through the tears. And that also reminded me of a time in the Amazon during one of my the first time I was there. And my most powerful journey when I was promising through tears that, yes, I would do whatever they asked of me. I didn't even know who or what I was promising to, but I just kept saying, yes, I would do whatever they were asking. And so this saying yes was sort of felt like that. And then when I was almost done, it was almost like a whisper coming through this foreign but familiar language of light. I wasn't expecting it, didn't ask for it. It just started coming through. And the person who was leading this whole session was acknowledging that language of light was coming through. And so I was surprised by all of this and very much transformed by this whole experience. So when it was time for me to leave, I was supposed to head home on a 12-hour drive home back to Petaluma, so from Sedona to Petaluma, California. And on the way out of the valley, there's this beautiful full moon uh, anchoring all of this energy. So I pulled over on the side of the road, pulled open the doors of my van, and there is this beautiful full moon rising over the Sedona Mountains. You can see those amazing stone people standing on the horizon there. And I sat and meditated for about an hour and just let this language flow through, anchor, uh, because this is what's here now. And so, this is what's been showing up now in my 21-day MediClearing that we've been doing every day, where we run our energy. And I just realized I totally forgot to include Instagram. Maybe I should put them on now before I forget. Hang on just a second. Silly me. All right, let's see what we can do this. Hang on. Instagram. Hold on. Okay, and there's that. So it doesn't fall down. Hang on just a second. Okay, there we go. So hang on. Bring on Instagram. Okay. So, hello, Instagram. My apologies. I just remembered that you're supposed to be joining me here as well. And so, if you want to hear the introduction, you can go to my Facebook page, Kimberly Sherry Official, and hear the introduction to this. So, I just got done explaining the whole journey of how this crystal skull event happened, and so now I'm I'm leaving Sedona, and I'm meditating on the side of the road with my crystal skull, which had been charging the whole weekend. So this is Rose. I call her Rose because she's made of rose quartz. And so she was charging all weekend, and she was also with me as I was meditating on the side of the road as this language of light was just coming through. I'm meditating there for about an hour, just anchoring this energy with the full moon. Felt so, so powerful. And so now this energy has been coming through with my 21-day meditation that we do every single day, running our energy. And we take the weekends off. And so it's been showing up there. It also showed up on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, with the Q and A's, and I it will also be showing up today as we do our MediClearing. I know this, so I am excited to be sharing this with you. And what is we have here? Hang on, I have some my funny glasses today. We have Asha. That's why it said open your heart so that we can access to the infinite intelligence. Yes. So this is what I've discovered is the biggest message from this experience with the skulls this past weekend is that these skulls are all about connecting our intelligence from our heart to all of these rooms that I talked about earlier, uh, that all the rooms in our heart with all of the creative rings above our head. So now we can connect our heart with what it is we truly desire to create on this planet and where we're headed, and using our free imagination to remember our higher intelligence and to remember this connection where we're all striving to go to is expanding from our core, our inner core, all the way out to this 40th layer of our aura where oneness exists, where we're all one, we're all connected, we're all made of the same stardust. And there's unconditional love in this 40th layer. And so that's where we're connecting to. Um, the halos, do I mean the halos? That could be how people have seen it in the past. Yes. And so now we have access to 60 of these. Now, some of you are not accessing all of those. We're only given as many as we're ready for because these rings, they accelerate our creations, they make them bigger and faster. And so this doesn't really care. These rings don't really care what it's amplifying in our energy field. It's just going to make everything bigger. So that's why these preliminary things of what we do here, clearing our energy field, running our energy so that we clear those lower vibrating energies so that those don't also get big. It's also very easy to tell when we're off, however, because the lower vibrating energies also get big. So we can find them faster now. And hello from Canada. Good. Great to have Canada in the house. So when this clearing that I'm going to do today, there's a couple things that were showing up as far as what we needed to clear today. One was this need to feel safe on the planet. There's so much fear on the planet right now and anger. Had an interesting revelation this past week as we were working with the 21-day meta healers, meta clearings. And this was we were clearing an avatar, our health and wellness avatar, and I was amazed at how many, fear entities, control beings were in this avatar. Now, we had cleared our energy field, but in this avatar, there were all of these fear entities, control beings, all in the root, some in the sixth chakra, controlling how we think and feel, and then all of these spells and curses at the root as well. So the 1% in reptilian energies use these fear entities, control beings, spells, curses, and now energetic implants is a new revelation to try and control how we think, how we feel, our actual physiology with these implants. And now, however, yes, massive in the root. Now, however, we know where they hide. We know how they're trying to influence us, the energetic mechanics of it. And so now we are using our powerful infinite intelligence to counterbalance how they've been trying to control us. So these are very powerful times, and all of what we're doing here is what they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know how powerful they are. That's why they attack where they do, because they know that root chakra is the foundation for everything above it. And so when they can knock out the root and make that feel powerless, they've accomplished their job. So we're going to be doing a lot of work. We're going to do an running through the energy field, running your energy, and then we're going to clear a health and wellness avatar because this is a big um, the beliefs that are on the planet right now about feeling powerless about our bodies, about our health, about our wellness is rampant right now. So we're going to be doing all of this, and Rose is going to be helping with the frequencies today, and we'll see what comes through. So let me get a drink of water here. And always drink a lot of water after these transmissions because it stirs up a lot, and we want to keep things flowing and keep things moving. So before I move on, let's just check and see if you guys have any questions about what I've just talked about or about these skulls or about what we're doing here today. Any questions? And thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you for sharing so that we can have as many people as possible that we can help through this avenue. So this is my free service to public service to humanity. And if for those of you who, because this is a public platform, for those of you who are looking for something more private to be able to work with me, it always starts with the vibrational altitude report where I measure more than 40 things without knowing anything about you. I just tap into your frequency. And this 17-page report will tell you everything you need to know. Any place that you're challenged in your life will show up in this report. And it comes with a 30-minute conversation to answer your questions about the report. And it also comes with some suggestions on your next steps. So that's where it always starts. All right. So you guys ready? We're going to run our energy now. And with that intention of more heart opening, and we'll see what comes through. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and first put down that powerful grounding cord that connects us to the center of the planet, gives you a place to release all of those energies that are taking you off balance, and gives a place for all of these foreign energies that are not yours, a place to release to. So sending that all the way down to the center of the planet. And then sending those roots down from the bottoms of our feet as we bring up this abundant feminine earth energy up through our feet, through our legs, down the grounding cord. Excellent. And the final part to getting ultra grounded is to pull in our worry circle. So as we pull in that energy, it's out to the 15th layer where that 1% hangs out. Let's pull this energy in now as we bring this into the core, and we're going to send it up through the central core. This is how they come in, this 1% energy. E ake neo popane ai kana ua ina ete uye kena papa ene ia oko oya aenai te opokanea ai ken ia uyang ke a aene to opoko oya oya. Hmm. Great, getting ultra grounded. Let's connect with pure source energy as that comes in through our crown now, recalibrating our dreams and our desires, our intentions, how we see the future, jumping far beyond all the years of chaos that are continuing to unfold. As we connect at our crown, as we bring pure source down through the rings and the crown, it's stopping there as it's congested out to the third layer where we don't feel the power of our sovereignty. Pull this energy into the core of our crown. Eka neo oya koko oyu. Tēnā pēnei ki io oyo. Koina e te apak ea. As we bring pure source down through the crown, 6, 5 at the throat. So this light language might be triggering some of your remembrance of your own light language. We're going to go all the way out to the 25th layer where there's a lot of fear that wants to keep our messages suppressed, wants to keep the truth suppressed. So let's pull in this energy from the 15th layer, this 1% that wants to hold down our voice. Eke na o ui na e pepe na eke oitona oyoke eniti a pape na o ko oyo ine aka aya na depe e I o koyona. Oya e naia pape nai utu e ke nei a aya o koko e tia pepe ne a kea. So we're bringing pure source down through the throat, down into that heart where it's stopping again. Out to the 15th layer where the 1% does not want us to connect to the infinite intelligence in our heart. As we bring in this energy, ai ke na o nu uya. Oi kana e pene u chicken e pak e tu o yanke o ya na papa e na kaya. O yaka e ne o popo no ke hayoko o ya. So bringing pure source down through the heart, into the solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root as we bring this 50-50 mixture up the front, through the second chakra, through the solar plexus, up into that heart where more of these rooms want to be open. Let's see how many are open. 15 rooms. Aene ke o e na pepe na ke e a ho ko utu na pepe na ke ui na e no e Kakaone pepane u energia ae kanaya hoya kikane titia popono oh. Few more rooms. Now there's 20 rooms. Excellent. As we're bringing this pure source up through the heart, it's getting warm in here, at least for me. Take off my jacket here. Hang on a minute. Okay, so as we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the heart, throat, 6 crown rings, cascading down through all the layers of our aura. Actually, the aura is clear. Excellent. Let's bring pure source through our circle of reciprocity. So that's the upper 4 chakras, all of our creative rings out that right arm. So for those of you who are a little lost with what we're doing here, this is all outlined in my book available on Amazon. Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So that's available on Amazon. It's got all the illustrations, outlines this whole infinity system that we're using here so that you can do this for yourself. So we're bringing this energy, all of the energy from the upper 4 chakras, all of your rings, the Akashic record information out that right arm. This is where you can get the book. Out that right arm as you give out into the world with your gifts, as you implement with that masculine giving energy. So it comes out to about the elbow. So maybe you're just tired of giving. You have no more energy. You've given all you can give. Receiving starts with giving from the heart first. So that's what we're doing here. We're giving, allowing that energy to come out that right arm. There we go. And then we're going to put the fingertips together so that the energy can come out of the palm, that heart, that chakra in your hand, and through all of the fingertips. So allow all of that energy to pass into that left feminine receiving side, which is blocked. So this is why you're not receiving, why clients are coming, why you might be very challenged with receiving. So it has nothing to do with the other people not giving to you. It has to do with you allowing yourself to receive. So let's gently pull this receiving energy up the left feminine receiving side, allowing the surrender so you're not controlling everything. Trusting in spirit, connecting with pure source. As this energy comes down through the front and back of the heart, creating that circle in the left, out that right arm, through the front and back of the heart, simultaneously through the throat. So you can ask for what you need. Setting clear boundaries. As this passes through the front and back of the 6th chakra, and through the crown, and through all of the rings, clearing that circle of reciprocity. Excellent. So that is the very simple process of running your energy. And this is something that should be practiced every day until you know how to do it on your own. And there's a free 20-minute practice you can connect to that is available. And half of this is dedicated to raising your money vibration. So we're not doing that today, but today we're going to be focusing on your health and wellness. So that's the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create an avatar, which is basically a person standing out in front of you. And we're going to run energy, just like we just did, through this avatar that represents your health and wellness. So in the rings of this avatar, this is where you want to put Here's the 20-minute meditation. This is where you want to put all of your intentions about your health and wellness. So maybe you have a goal weight, maybe you have some habits that are not healthy that you want to quit. Maybe you want to release a layer of fat. I was doing a clearing this morning and we discovered that she was holding 100% anger in this layer of fat. So, this pandemic has caused a lot of us to put on a little extra weight that we didn't plan on, didn't want, and and we've been really angry, right? So this is where it's all landed, where it's all settled in this layer. So we're gonna intend to clear that as well. So, however you want your health and wellness to be, when it comes to the whole V thing, put those intentions in there. And so let's go ahead and ground this health and wellness avatar so you can be in your highest vibration, in your highest radiance and brilliance, so that you can channel more of the light that's coming through. That light all has information on it. When you, for those of you who sun gaze, that those rays of light from the sun all are carrying information. And we are transforming our bodies from this carbon base into this crystalline base, which makes sense that we would start connecting with things like this that are of crystals, quartz crystal, other crystals that help amplify and help us to remember our light bodies. So, this avatar is now grounded. Let's make sure there's some earth energy coming up through the legs. So it's really grounded. Let's see if there's a worry circle out to the second layer where there is both fear and rage. So we're going to pull in this circle and we're going to drop that fear and rage down your grounding cord so that you can start releasing all that excess cortisol that gets flooded into your body with all of these um, stressors on the body. Just let all that go so you can experience in your body more health and wellness, more vitality, more of that youthful radiance. This is my birthday month. Speaking of youthful radiance. Okay, great. So let's that worry circle is gone. Great. So now let's have pure source come down through all of your intentions that you have above the crown of your avatar, your health and wellness avatar. As we bring pure source down through these intentions, ikane oya, okana epenea, etua ake unawa a ape ene ekea oi oyuk an ea. As pure source is coming down through your rings into the crown, so you can be sovereign over your health and wellness instead of all these other clowns that are trying to um, occupy this space of health and wellness. Let's go out to that 15th layer where we can pull in this energy from the 15th layer. That's who's trying to control our sovereignty over our health and wellness, is the 1% that live in this 15th layer. So let's just pull that energy in all the way into the core of our crown. a e ko no ue o na ke a pepe ne ui kaya na a e popo no ke ia o yang kaka e na e pepe ni i o ya ka a ya na. As we bring pure source down through the crown of this avatar into that sixth chakra, where it's stopping again, affecting our beliefs about how much power we have over our physical bodies. So there's been implanted in our bodies very old programs that tell us that we only can live a certain amount of years, and then our telomeres start to deteriorate and they don't replicate identically. So that's a program that's been put into our energy field. That's a program that's been put into our DNA. And so we, because of tapping into our higher intelligence, can remove, dissolve, transmute these old programs that are not true, that don't have to be true, and we can start tapping into more of our youthful vibrance and radiance by uh, reprogramming our telomeres, connecting to our intelligence of communication in our bodies. So, how the cells communicate to each other. We can tap into our higher intelligence so that our cells communicate from a higher level, not this lower place that we've been dropped down to, that we've been dumbed down to. So, this is what these reptilian influences are afraid of, that we tap into these all of these energies because we are really far more powerful than these energies. And if that's why they don't want us to get to, they want to keep us dumbed down, angry, and separated so that we don't know what's going on. Whew. So, as pure source is coming into the sixth chakra, clearing all those energies here out to that 15th layer, all those programs. E anche o a mapape kae ne o ane papavaketi. Oinai a papake ane te uoko oinai uyaka ana apake inio oyaka a ene ko poyaka tena aya. Neka na pepe utsuko oi uinai ia. O kaina a e pe ke na o a ke e ni I uia a e ke papa ina e ya. So bring pure source down through the sixth chakra of this avatar, our health and wellness avatar, through that second chakra. Through that sixth chakra, excuse me, down into the throat, where we're going to clear more of the communication of our bodies, of all the cells in our bodies, so that they can communicate in a healthy way. So, again, out to that 15th layer where that 1% is trying to influence our communication, trying to silence the truth of what's really going on. O oe nā e kana e pepe nā ua. Ua ene e ka ne a koko o an pepe nea. Ko ia ka aya ai no papa e nā pape ke ia. Uia na ke ai o noko o sena e pepa na ea. This pure source is coming down through the throat into the heart where it's stopping again. Again, out to the 15th layer, that 1% wants to interfere with the infinite intelligence in our hearts. O anai eke oya na ape eno. Uya ke a eneo popona pe ke a na e o ni tita a ke ia. O na e a pepe ke ane I ne o oyo Ai ka ena e a pe o kana e o ni ia e a o kola palakene. This pure source is coming down through the heart, solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root of this health and wellness avatar as we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up the front through that second chakra, all the way up to the 25th layer. That's fear, a lot of fear. Fear is so damaging to our health and wellness. Ke nei o ia ngā ea a papa ke no e ke nei a o no ia o tō tāpa pepe ke nei. Uia i au uia nā o kakaina papa pea. Tutua na ke kone ke ea o i a nei la kakama pepe no to kaya. So we're bringing pure source up through the second chakra, solar plexus, heart, where it's stopping again out to that 15th layer. This is more of that 1% influence trying to hold down our heart energy. Oi nai ke ne a no po e ki na o i ina o koe nā pepe ne tō ka ke na la a no ko uia. Hui ke ni I e a na koko wapa ne a hu o ne ia. So 30 rooms in our heart. So as we're pulling this energy up through, the heart, into the throat, 6 crown rings, through all the layers of the aura. Let's pay special attention to that third layer, clearing the effort, the pushing, forcing, chasing health and wellness. If we're just be in our being of high radiance, high frequency, light, love, there's no effort in that. 3. We're going to jump out to the 15th layer, starting at the bottom, lifting that 1% influence out of our aura. Ae e ana ke oyo ko oyo ta ke on tape oyo kana e. And then the 30th layer, starting at the bottom, that's that reptilian influence, lifting that energy up and out. O nea ake oiko o na ea a pepe no koko. And then let's clear our circle of reciprocity, the upper 4 chakras, all of our rings, holding our intentions for health and wellness and what that looks like. Bringing that all out the right arm as we implement, as we take action to do the things that are going to create more health and wellness for us. Maybe we're inspired to move our bodies more, exercise, dance, get out in nature. This is a great weekend to connect with nature. And as we pull this energy into that left receiving hand, allow yourself to receive what Spirit is bringing to you, all of your health and wellness, all the information you need to implement. As it's coming down through the front and back of the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. Whew. Speaking of getting out in nature, not this weekend, but the following weekend on, I guess it's October 3rd, I think that's a Saturday, I'm going to be doing a hike. I'll be leading a hike out in Marin County, California, for those who are nearby or close enough that it would be worth the drive for sure. It's the most beautiful hike I know of in Marin County. Follows waterfalls all the way up the hill, and at the top is an amazing view of Bolinas and Stinson Beach. It's a fairly strenuous hike, so if you're not in the best of shape, it might be a little challenging. And if you're just ready to push through some stuff, it might be worth, pushing yourself a little bit. And this is how you do anything is how you do everything. So maybe you need a little push a little through a little few things. I have a week to practice. So anyway, if you want to know more about that, just private message me, and I'm still working out the details. So yeah, that's it. Rose and I wish you a well weekend, and we'll be back on Tuesday to answer your specific questions on here on this platform. We'll keep an eye out for the time and enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. Sending much love. Namaste.